Hey there, geography lovers! Today, I'm throwing down what might be the most impossible challenge you'll face this week. Can you really identify countries just by looking at their silhouettes? Most people claim they can, but when put to the test, they fail miserably. I've got 10 country outlines that get progressively harder, and I bet you won't make it past number 5 without cheating. But first, let me ask you this. Have you ever realized that countries are like fingerprints? Each one has a completely unique shape formed by coastlines, rivers, and historical borders that tell a story all their own. These silhouettes can be as distinctive as flags or national anthems, if you know what you're looking for. Our brains are wired to recognize patterns, and geography enthusiasts have turned this into an art form. I've seen people who can identify a country in less than a second just by seeing its outline. Think you're one of them? Let's find out. Starting with our first country, this one should be a gimme for most of you. That massive triangular shape with the distinctive eastern bulge along the Atlantic Ocean? If you guessed Brazil, you're absolutely right. As the largest country in South America, Brazil's shape is pretty hard to miss. And if you got that one right, don't get too cocky, we're just warming up. Now, our second silhouette might trip up a few of you. This small island nation has an incredibly jagged coastline with numerous fjords, especially along its western side. It's Iceland. Those volcanic landscapes and coastal features give it a really distinctive outline. And here's where it gets interesting. Iceland will actually appear twice in our quiz. Let's see if you can spot it the second time. Wait, you thought this was going to be easy? I see those comments already. These are too obvious. Well, hold on to your atlas because number 3 is where people start making mistakes. Our third country has a really unique elongated shape that many compare to an elephant's head or an axe. It stretches north to south with a curved coastline and a long, narrow southern peninsula. Any guesses? That's right, it's Thailand. Did you get it, or were you thinking of one of its neighbors? Number 4 is the United States of America, but I'm only talking about the contiguous states, not Alaska or Hawaii. Notice that generally rectangular shape with the Atlantic and Pacific coastlines, plus that distinctive Florida peninsula jutting out to the southeast. If you missed this one, you might need to go back to geography class. All right, we're halfway through, and this is where the real challenge begins. Country number 5 has a super long, narrow shape with what might be the most complex coastline in the world. All those deep fjords and offshore islands make Norway instantly recognizable to geography. Buffs, but a real head-scratcher for everyone else. But wait, I hear you saying, I thought these were supposed to get harder. Trust me, they are. For number 6, we have a long, narrow island often compared to a cigar. It's Cuba, the largest island in the Caribbean. Did you confuse it with other nearby islands? Don't worry, most people do. Now for number 7. This one has a distinct S-shape, as it stretches along the eastern coast of the Indo-Chinese Peninsula. With the Mekong Delta in the south and the Red River Delta in the north creating that memorable curve, Vietnam has one of the most distinctive outlines in Southeast Asia. Be honest, did you recognize it right away? For our 8th silhouette, we're looking at an archipelago, but it's mainly the largest island that gives it away with that elongated, curved form. Japan is actually made up of thousands of islands, but Honshu's shape is what most people recognize instantly. We're down to our final 2. Number 9 is a compact, somewhat irregular island that some say resembles a potato or even a teddy bear's head. Ireland's coastline, with all its peninsulas and bays, creates a very distinctive outline that separates it from its larger neighbor. And finally, for our 10th and most challenging silhouette, it's Iceland again. Surprised? Many quiz takers forget about those distinctive western fjords when looking at it from a different angle or scale. If you recognized it both times, you truly are a geography master. Now, I know what you're thinking. Some of these weren't in order of difficulty, and you'd be right. Difficulty is subjective and depends on your familiarity with different regions. Someone from Southeast Asia might find Thailand easier to identify than Norway, while Europeans might have the opposite experience. The real question is, how many did you get right? Drop your score in the comments below, and be honest. No one's checking your answers except your conscience. If you enjoyed testing your geographical knowledge, you're going to love what's coming next week. I'll be challenging you to identify cities just by their street layouts. Trust me, it's much harder than this quiz. Hit that like button if you scored at least 7 out of 10, And subscribe for more geography challenges that will put your knowledge to the test. Also, check out my previous video on bizarre border anomalies around the world. It's even crazier than this one. Until next time, keep expanding your geographical horizons. The world is full of fascinating shapes just waiting to be recognized.